Okay, so I was on eBay over the Christmas holidays and I managed to get a good deal on a broken PlayStation Vita. Paid £23 plus shipping, on the understanding that it was sold as seen. It was completely dead, it was refusing to wake up, there was no charge in the battery. It arrived today, opened it up, it was well packaged, and it was exactly as described. Had the charging cable with it, even came with a memory card. The cable itself, it was a bit frayed obviously, but it was nice and clean. It clearly seen better days, but I was confident that it could still work. And the device itself was in quite good condition. Wouldn't call it grade A, there's a few nicks around the edges, but the screen itself and the back touchpad, no scratches or marks that I could discern. This is the original launch model. It's got the nice OLED panel on it. Yeah, and as I say, the decent sized memory card in it there as well came with it. So first things first, just use the cable that it was bundled with, plug that in, just verify what the seller had listed. It was indeed dead, there was no way of waking it up. So then I quite confidently tried my trick from my previous video, my quick fix of using a mobile phone power bank to wake up the Vita. These things tend to get that battery kick started if it's gone into sort of power save mode, but I was quite disappointed because it didn't actually start up. I was expecting it to, but tried a few different cables, different charging solutions, nothing was working. So then I took a look inside the actual connector port, and I don't know if you can see here, but it looked as if the charge pins had actually come away from the card that they were mounted to, and in particular the pin on the far right there had actually been bent so far out of place that it didn't look to be making any kind of contact with the charging cable when it was going in. So there's only one thing for it. I had to break out the macro lens on my iPhone and salvage a sewing needle from my wife, because I didn't have any tools small enough to make this repair. Obviously something like this, you've got to be super careful with them pins, because, you know, compared to the size of an average sewing needle, you can see just how small they are. But it was interesting exercise nonetheless, trying to hook the eye of the needle over that little pin without breaking it off. And it was at this point that I realised that the card itself looked to have come loose from the charge port. You can see a picture there in the corner of what it should look like. That's from my own launch day Vita. So what I plan to do is glue this card back in place. You can see the slots there for where the pins should be. So at some point I'll glue that down. But I plugged it back in using the original charge port, the original plug. Yeah, I'm sort of happy to report that it did the job. The orange light came on, and obviously I was quite eager to get the unit fired up, so I tried to start it up too quick, and was given the low battery warning. But obviously I was keen to see whether or not the screen was in relatively good condition, and happy to report that it is. There was no dead pixels, there's no hairline cracks or anything that I was a bit nervous about. After say 10-15 minutes, the device was charged enough to fire it up. Obviously it was locked, so whoever owned it had put a passcode on, so I had to do the old trick of holding down the power button, the front face button and the right trigger. That opens up the safe mode. You just go to option 4, you restore it back to factory condition. So yeah, very pleased. Managed to snag myself a really good condition PlayStation Vita for £23. This isn't for me, this is going out to a guy called Awesome Ali who follows my channel, and he won the giveaway last year for this, and the original Vita was lost in the post. So Ali, this is on the way to you. I apologise for the delay, but I hope you get this soon.